Yo, what up? Welcome to the Binge Eater Podcast. It's your boy, and by a boy, I mean a full-grown man, the South Bouse. I'm here with Big Lynch and Donnie Ducats on the ones and twos. When you go to a restaurant with your girl, how often do you guys order the exact same
or
thing?
Or your girl.
I don't have one. How often do you order the same thing, exact same thing as your partner when you go
Whenever
out?
I fucking feel like it, dude.
I like this question
Whenever
a lot.
I feel like it.
I like this question a lot. I think what happens a lot of times with me and my girlfriend, because I have one, is that
It's like you're lying.
I know.
Our girlfriend.
Yeah. My girlfriend, because I say it's weird because I have a boyfriend too, so I have to remember which one I was with.
Me.
Oftentimes what happens is we both want the same thing, but we feel as if that's a bad call to get two of the same thing. So it always ends up being like, all right, well, you get the thing that we both want, and I'll get the thing that, like, we second most want. And when they come, we'll split them. But what ends up happening is the thing that we both wanted the most is obviously the fucking clear winner. And whoever ordered the runner-up has this guilt of like, oh, that one's better. I'll let you eat it because I want you to enjoy this.
I believe, and I learned this through experience, that good fences make good neighbors. So I like to have those boundaries laid out before it is ordered. So when you were talking, I almost interrupted you because I do this. When you were like, I'll get the thing we want and you'll get the other thing, I would be like, stop. We are both getting both things. I'm not getting anything. You're not getting anything. Both plates will be put in front of us. No one is getting, and I'm giving you. Okay? And if that's not how you want it, then we are each getting our own thing. But it's either got to be we are getting this or not, because I don't like that. And, I learned this with my dad. The amount of fucking times my dad pulled this shit on me, I'll be like, yeah, he's getting like something. And I'm like, the Reuben sandwich. And my dad's like, oh, I was going to get that. You want to go half? And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I really wanted a Reuben, but I don't. I'll try that. Could be sick too. Sure. And then it comes, I eat half the Reuben. I'm like, bro, your meal's so shit, bro. And I'll say this to him. I'll be like, bro, your meal's shit. Like, you f***ed me. Why did I get in this with you? I'm never doing this half. Okay? That's how I feel. And the reason why I asked this question is Joe Biden and Jill Biden went to this restaurant, the Red Hen, and they both got a chicory salad, grilled bread and butter, and 2 bowls of rigatoni. Now, this is interesting. This is interesting.
Weird meal for a statesman.
Well, it's a famous restaurant.
Yeah, it's a famous restaurant.
I don't know the restaurant,
but that's important. That's important. This is important. This is important.
Yeah,
that is what. So there's if I went to a restaurant, my girl can get whatever she wants. I will choose after her. She can get whatever she wants, and I will choose after her. But this scenario, when it's a signature dish, it makes sense if we both have the signature dish. If they have and this dish apparently sells 50 to 70 bowls in a night of this rigatoni. So, no, I'm not getting the pizza. I'm here one time, maybe my whole life. I'm getting rigatoni. And this is where I'm ugly, I'd be like, she's getting the rigatoni too.
Yeah. So I was going to say,
sweetie.
Though, I was going to say that even though we do this half up and have fallen for it, we've also recognized the behavior. And when we get to a situation where we both want the same thing, we're like, let's just do it. We know what we want.
So,
especially if it's a place you frequent.
You guys are missing one answer here, and I'll tell you very clearly. There's one thing that I know Harley does this, and I do it, and this is how I learned my lesson. Because especially if you go to somewhere that's maybe a bit special or something you haven't been to, you just order more. I just ordered more. I act like an idiot. I'm like, oh, okay.
I wasn't gonna talk about my illness.
Well, I also want this thing, so I ordered like 5 things, and not sure.
My illness.
It's a bit of an asshole move.
My illness is not what regular people can always do, though.
No.
Like
That's true. That's true.
I've
That's
done
how
that
I
with
do it.
both
I
of
just
these
go,
guys. We go to a place where
more.
like might not be here again. So all the appetizers.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
whole I love there's nothing more satisfying.
Order for 10.
No,
for 3.
order the menu. I've only done it a few
Yeah.
times in my life where I've gone to a place and we say, "Bring us every fucking thing you got on the menu."
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, you're not going to do it at a
We were
place
together
with like a
for one of them.
6-page menu. Yeah, we did
Cheesecake
one, we
Factory.
did one day. Yeah, exactly. You can't do it at Olive Garden, but I'm just saying a place that has, 4 appetizers, 4 entrees, 4 soups, 2 salads. Just fucking bring them all. Bring them all. And bring them all.
And I guess it depends what kind of person you are, because I happen to spend my discretionary income on restaurants and like food.
At least 50%.
That's how I roll. Like I enjoy that part. Like I
Me
don't
too.
go out to like clubs.
I
don't
love
go
going
drinking.
out.
I don't
to
even
eat.
drink.
I don't even.
really-
Yeah,
don't
that's it.
drink.
I don't drink.
Like I don't
either.
drink. You know
Going
what I
to
mean?
a
Like,
restaurant, going to a restaurant, and like
and going
eating
off.
at the restaurant and having a whole ass meal, and then going home. You're like,
Leave
tonight
immediately.
was sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, that was a good night tonight. And the double down is back. Let's get through this quickly because I actually don't give a shit. I don't give a shit, bro. Shut the fuck up about the McRib. Shut the fuck up about the double down. We don't want your silly sandwiches unless it's an S tier next level version of silliness. Like a Doritos Locos taco, that's a big deal. But this is like, that's like we're past all that now. You got to come through with fucking Oreo pants. Like that's where we're at now. It's got to be that. Like it's got to not be like you got to be so silly. Like that's not silly enough anymore.
Because
Like
I'm not
me and
picturing
my, like-
Oreo branded pants. I'm picturing like pants made out of Oreo.
Yeah.
I didn't know what was sillier in my mind. My mind was shifting through all these like different types of
Yeah.
pants, like an AI algorithm.
Oh, it makes sense. The Oreo filling's like the fleece part on the inside.
It's the lining.
The
You're
lining.
getting caught up. You already want to cop it in your McDonald's
I'm ready
sweater.
for it. Yeah.
You're already ready to cop this Oreo's
I-
pants in your brain. You're like designing them.
It's like
But
the
you know,
next
you're mad at the
evolution.
double down, but the double down is like that's like one of the biggest, like the double kill EMT episodes I really like started. Do you think you created the popularity around the double down, or the double down led to your popularity?
Oh no, the double down was like
You
I
guys
guess
peaked
all
together.
things were. It was all coming at a time like as much as I could be like EMT this or that. We kind of like we were there. It was getting there. It was everyone was getting to that point where they're like, yo, let's just fuck this shit up, bro. Fuck the bread. We put in the chicken at the bread. Like everyone, that was like just happening somehow. That's
Sorry,
what
for
the-
those who potentially are listening and have never seen Epic
A
Meal
double
Time,
down?
the double kill.
Oh well, the double
that
down,
episode
by the way,
specifically.
and the double down is a sandwich at KFC that came out in like 2009 or 2010, and it's a fried chicken, bacon, cheese, and fried chicken. So the fried chicken is the bread in this like bacon and cheese sandwich, basically, and that was just madness in 2010.
That's like
But we came out in 2010 also, so it's like
It's madness today as well.
no, it's just a bad idea today. It's a bad
Well,
expensive
that's,
purchase.
it depends how you define madness. Either way, there's a madness to doing a fucking sandwich where
but
the
not
bread is
mad
really
enough.
deep
It ain't-
fried
it ain't-
chicken
it
breasts.
ain't- But it ain't mad enough though, right?
There's
Like,
no
it's not
Oreos.
mad
in
enough
it.
for me.
Let's get imagine a
Like-
red velvet double down.
You know
Well,
what
but
would
we
get me?
did-
No,
did
you
a
see,
dou-
you joke, but what would get me to KFC? Well, I do like KFC, by the way. But what would really get me there, like tomorrow, is if I saw a bucket of chicken and it was KFC chicken and it had Oreo branding on it also, and the chicken inside looked like it was Oreo breaded. I don't think that sounds good, and it doesn't sound good in my mind. But I will be there tomorrow being like, you silly motherfuckers, what's going on up in here? Give me that,
Silly motherfuckers, give me
that
15.
Oreo chicken. Give me that
why
Oreo
haven't we
chicken.
why haven't we Oreo-fied chicken, like a deep fried Oreo?
I can't believe I just threw out
That's-
an epic meal idea.
Like,
I
honestly,
forgot
that
that,
really
I
is
forgot
a-
that that's my job too. Like we
Yeah,
got to do
Fire
that
idea
tomorrow.
right there.
I'm
That's
doing
it.
I
this
enjoy
tomorrow.
that.
So you do like
Yeah.
you make Oreos, like you've made giant cookies in the past. You make 2 giant Oreos, and then the middle is just 1,000 chicken breasts.
No, I want the chicken to come out all speckled black and white. Like
No,
that.
the
Like
filling,
Oreo.
the Oreo cream
breading.
filling is white like chicken. Anyways, these are all terrible ideas.
No time, yeah.
I feel like I feel like Harley's writing them down.
This Oreo chicken thing's pretty fascinating right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't like it?
I'm down with it.
I
actually wrote it down already. I wrote down on my notes for a later concept. I was like, oh, we got to do something with this.
I think it's a good idea. That's funny. That like you wanted to like inception that, but we got to it on our own. I think that it's a good idea for an epic meal, but I admittedly haven't eaten a lot of the epic meals, but I feel like this one will taste bad.
You've eaten enough.
The double kill. You
want that double kill, eh?
I do.
The double kill.
Well, you forget already? You forget about the
Give
double
it
kill?
to him,
That's a big
Harley.
episode.
Why do
I
you
like
think
that
double
episode a
kills?
lot.
Why do you think it's a big episode?
I just remember being there and being hyped about it. I remember enjoying it. I remember thinking it was like fun.
You know what's really interesting about the double kill episode,
Yeah.
which by the way, guys, this is the 4th episode of Epic Mealtime. No, the 3rd episode. It was
Right when it gets good.
We did the first fast food pizza. We threw some shit on a pizza, whatever. The next episode was the angry French Canadian, and it was very zeroed into like where we were uploading. So we got the kind of the boost from Quebec, and then it went to the rest of Canada, and then it ended up on the front page of all of YouTube for like a month. That was the angry French Canadian, and that was like kind of like I thought was like a pretty smart idea. 80% of that idea existed elsewhere from this website I saw called This Is Why You're Fat, where someone made a French toast poutine sandwich. This was a French toasted baguette with a poutine sandwich and steamed hot dogs inside, which is just a thing that we eat here, and maple syrup on top. So I took it to the next level as the angry French Canadian.
The maple syrup was the anger.
Now this next episode was the double down, the double kill. And this episode is special because it was, in my opinion, the first bad upload. And that's secret. That's like a secret thing that like I kind of like never said out loud, but I always knew that. The double down was like, the double kill was really stressful the 3rd episode because the first one did well and I knew it would. And the second one did well. And I was like, wow, I can't believe that caught on. It was a really niche idea. Now for the 3rd episode, I had to look elsewhere for inspiration because the first episode, throwing burgers on the pizza, and then the angry French Canadian, I was inspired. There were things out there that I took that concept and I maximized it. But now for the 3rd episode, there was no inspiration anymore. So I started to fumble in my head and I was like, what am I going to do? The double down was kind of popular at this exact moment. Like it just got launched. So I was like, we'll do a double down. And what we did was we took fried chicken, 2 pieces, just like the double down. And that's a cheese and bacon sandwich. We put like mad shit between it. Mad shit. And I was like stressing because I didn't think the idea was that hype. So I was like, we got to put more on it, stack it up higher. We got to figure it out. We thought we were so smart putting a skewer in to hold it together. We were like stacking and stacking, and it's just like shit piled up. It makes 0 sense at all. But man, it took a great photo and made a great thumbnail. And like, that's all it really took for that 3rd episode. But that episode was really interesting on a personal level because the first episode came out and popped, and then the 2nd episode came out and popped even more. Now this 3rd episode didn't look like it was popping as much as the week before, and I felt like it didn't feel that inspired, and I got hit up by people like friends that, you know, people that all of us know, and I'll tell you guys later who it were, but to the audience listening, just people that we know, honestly, mostly like some Jews. But these people, some people were really enthused, and they would message me and be like, yo, hello, man, this shit's crazy. I can't believe your views. They'd be like, look at the views. They're going crazy. And then the 3rd episode, they were like, oh man, yeah, no, this one was chill. I thought like, I didn't think it was like, it was the first time I got like 2 or 3 messages from close people and they were like, oh, I don't know. This was like, I felt like, and I was like, oh, okay. But the video is still getting hundreds of thousands of views and I'm 25. So I'm like, oh, that's cool, bro. I never asked. I never asked about what you think of this episode. That's what you think of this episode? Newsflash, it's Wednesday. That episode was on Tuesday. And next Tuesday is coming up. You think I give a shit now what you think? You right. From down the street? We got 8,000 views in the Philippines this week, bitch. Like, I'm not about you right now. Like, I was feeling myself and feeling the show. And I did know that was a misstep. And that actually accurate and valuable criticism bothered me because I already knew that. And instead of being like, yeah, I got like defensive and I was very 25 years old.
Yeah.
I didn't type any of that. I'm not
when it's true.
Yeah, I'm not stupid. I didn't type all that out, but I was like, you gonna tell me something I already know? And you're right. Like so I do remember that directly inspired the next episode. And that's when we were like, we have to go huge. Like, we got to go like crazy. We got to do something like bring in like a girl and more friends. Like, we got to like, like we were like trying to like figure out what it is. And I'd also like, there's no voice. There was no voice on the show yet. There was no voice to it. I wasn't doing like I was being aggressive, but I wasn't.
The episode's a minute and 40 seconds.
I think it's I think it's the shortest episode ever. That was another thing.
Minute and 40 seconds.
And you know what's crazy?
Like a TikTok or a short at this point with that.
And that's the only episode that has a completely alternate intro that I looked at and I didn't like. And I went back to Sterling's. I was like, we have to shoot this again. And everyone's like, why? And I'm like, it's not good here. Let's stand here now. So there's like a completely alternate intro. That's in the deleted scenes. That's the one where Amir's sitting there playing a video game and he's like, babies. Anyways, a really deep cut.
Deep cut there. Yeah, it's a deep cut.
It's just, I think about it because like Amir saying babies there is.
I'm gonna link the episode just because it's jokes. It's funny to see this. It's just weird to see young Sauce Boss, young Amir, young everyone. It's a minute and 40 seconds of your time just to
Sauce Boss when he's still
getting valuable criticism from people that I knew and that like were actually fans of the art. When I knew that the criticism was deserved and I was like younger, it did translate into something useful because like I'm pretty sure like when I was uploading the next episode and I was like the idea was good. And I was like, it's a motherfucking bacon weave Jack Daniels waffle. Fucking hater. You fucking hater.
Well, I was actually
like, I'm thinking of them. I'm thinking of them. The guys that liked my show that were like, maybe you should try this. I was like, I don't know. Did you guys like how different your brain was at 25? Like my brain was so fucking different 10, 50, like 12 years ago.
What's funny about the tall burger, the double kill, you're like, yeah, it was lazy, but it was also people were like, oh, it's crazy. Like if you read the comments, people are hyping, gassing it up. They're loving it, And then like 3 years ago, we made a 6-foot Big Mac, like legitimately. And people were like, oh, cool.
Yeah, because they saw it in 2010.
No, what's crazy about that? Maybe. No, what's crazy about that is someone on TikTok will upload that Big Mac or this double kill, and it'll get like 5 million loops, plays, views, whatever.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. It's definitely
so many reasons though. Like it's such a lower investment. TikTok is feeding it to people. They don't have to search it. They don't have to click on it. It just rolls through.
It's just funny though. It's just funny that like it's really just timing. We put something up on YouTube that's got 150,000 views, and on Facebook we'll have tens of millions, like 20 million on that.
But doesn't that also have to do with what counts as a view on which platform?
Yeah, it
Well,
changes. That changes all the time.
changes.
Yeah.
But no, you can post the same video in the same format on 3 different places, and it just like the reaction is just varies completely.
Yeah.
You know, the problem now is, it's more funny that if you made the double kill, which was crazy, you know, but it wasn't outlandish. A 6-foot Big Mac like stacked is outlandish. Like that's a stupid thing to do. That's like really dumb, way dumber than what you did with the double kill. But now in this day and age, that's just normal behavior for people.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm gonna stack stuff and make it crazy, and it's so funny that, yeah, it really was so different then, and now it's just like a regular day, just people surfing the web, watching whatever content, food content.
It was early days though. Like what Harley was doing was, you know, the type of shit that we weren't seeing a lot of what other people were doing. This was very early days of, well,
Yeah, not only was
what
it a
can people
novelty,
show us?
YouTube was a novelty.
That's it.
Yeah,
And like,
That's
I don't
it.
know a lot of people
you
who
were-
were down
you
with
were-
YouTube like that.
no, but you were entering a realm where like the beginning, and it was a very rare occurrence, but I knew this because I was this person multiple times. But like you gained social currency if you were a curator of online content, and the rare occurrence that you had a group of people around a computer. Now everyone knows like where to go to Reddit, whatever, or anything. But there were these occurrences now where I would be hanging out at a friend's house and there might be like 4 or 5 people there. And this person has their computer hooked up to their TV and like the mouse is there and we're like blazed and it's like, what are we doing? And being like, oh, pull this up. Pull up this video. This is jokes.
Yeah.
This is like the beginning of this
Right.
type of stuff.
Put on
and if someone would
muffins.
be like, bro, exactly, but if you were there and you were like, oh yeah, pull this up, put on shoes,
Yeah.
and that didn't hit, if you read the room wrong and you put on shoes and that wasn't the room, like you're ugly. You're never getting the mouse.
It's like that with
AKA,
everything,
Like the
though.
aux. You're not getting
It's
the aux
exactly. It's the
Like,
same as
it's
the
like-
aux cord.
But that's what's funny is because like shoes was a fucking hilarious, iconic, legendary video, but you also got to know the room. Like you could be there and look around at the room and you got them fucking weirdo, stone cold killer fucking Nintendo fanboys with their like custom Smash controllers, and you're like, look at them, you're like, okay, pull up Live Leak.
yeah.
I got some shit to show. Like you depend, like it depends who you're with. You're like, oh, pull up eFuck.
Do you remember what?
I got you locked in. That's for sure.
Like,
I know
if it's
exactly what to send you. Every
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
I
But
get you.
even there's also like it's a different thing when you're like together. Sending things is one thing
collectively.
that didn't even exist then, but like
Yeah.
now, like together, like us three, like we're pulling up eFucked. We're like, let's see the blue links, bro.
Yeah.
Let's see what's going on. Like us
Somebody
three.
smells.
But like being a maestro, like to be able to do that was valuable. And the reason why I brought this up is because Epic Mealtime came out on Tuesdays, and it was short enough and crazy enough because half of the poll was food, or 75% of it was the food, and it was just not like anything you'd seen before. And you also didn't get like it would never have passed for TV, having this blown out audio of this person yelling at you about bacon or whatever they're saying. Like
audio kills.
it wouldn't exist. That audio wouldn't
What up,
exist on TV.
ribs?
So you're getting this like deep fried guy yelling at you, deep frying something,
So
and it's like
deep-fried.
just looks weird. It sounds weird, and you've never seen it before. And it was 2.5 minutes, and someone showed you that. And now they're like, show me another one. And there's one every week. And then you tell them that. And now then they go and they're like Tuesday every week. And now these people who weren't good like content maestros could go to a place and be like, oh, do you know Epic Mealtime? Because guys, girls, if you were 10 years old or 60 years old, you would stop and be like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah.
And like that was like, so people were able to use it to share it. And I could see how Epic Mealtime got lots of views or was shared a lot then. Like people like shared that in like, you know how many times people were probably in this scenario in college? You're in like the dorms or whatever, and you're like, let's watch internet videos. And now this guy's never seen Epic Mealtime. You watch 15 videos.
Yeah.
And now that person is like, I like Epic Mealtime. Where's Muscle's glasses?
I was
I don't even like talking about Epic Mealtime this much, even though I do ramble about it.
I think it's interesting to like I don't think your whole like everything you do should be like a reflection of the past all the time and like discuss it all the time, because like it's, you know, move forward with other things. But
Yeah, I'm an
I
athlete.
think it's
now.
interesting to like I think it's interesting to revisit some of the stuff. But I was stoned the other day and absolutely tripping.
Show off.
Like I got lost in the sauce on. I just like came to this realization. Maybe you like sent me some video of like someone we know making something, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Oh yeah,
There's
everyone,
so much.
everyone's
There's
out
just,
there
like,
making
everyone-
content. You were stoned when you got that.
content. There's way too much.
You were stoned when you got that.
I think it prompted something. It might have been.
Anyways,
at that
guys,
moment,
to catch you up, someone that like we hadn't seen in like 20 years, some chick that blew Lynch back in the day at summer camp. Like I just sent it, and she's like all up, like making some whole ass content. And I know lots of people that are like, I went to high school with or whatever. They're like making some whole ass content now.
Making
And like
a pizza.
it's getting views, and it's doing it like literally. He's out.
There's
He's
so
making.
much
He's literally
content.
making epic meals every day, and it's on TikTok. It's being shared. Phil from high school. He does training, like these basic training videos. He's got hundreds of thousands of followers.
It's crazy.
He must be selling like exercise plans and shit.
Yeah,
There's like a guy like I graduated with, and like his numbers on Instagram. I'm like, damn, bro, I got to get my numbers up. I was the leading Riverdale High School 2002 graduate with the most views on Instagram until the pandemic, and he's out here fucking nailing it now. Like
This
it
is
is
too much
crazy.
content,
It
though.
is. Everyone's
This is too
making
much.
content.
But there's too much
where does it
content,
go?
especially-
Where does it go,
it's
bro?
too much.
Goes into the
No,
Black
it's now.
Mirror. Fuck.
No, so
It
here's
really
the thing,
is.
because I've been thinking about that. Did you guys see
Okay.
Quarter Digital's anime video?
Oh, I toggled.
I don't even
over
know
it
what
and I
those
saved it
words
for-
mean.
I actually saved it for later, and I haven't got to it yet.
They made this they filmed these shots, like just them on green screen basically. And like did like, you know, just certain movements, and then they used AI to animate it. So they basically took these simple
Interesting.
shots and fully made an anime. And what's really disgusting about it is that the anime is fucking amazing. Like the animation is amazing and would be so many man hours. And I mean, first, like, let me say where I think I stand right now, and it would do me well to also preface this by saying I'm always thinking on these things, and my views do change. But where I'm at currently is I'm not one to stop progress. I too am an artist, and I too have come up with things, and they have been stolen and sold, you know, or whatever. And I, as an artist, like, I'm not going to stop progress. I think that this tool currently, it's so scary. Like, don't get me wrong, AI is scary, because what's really crazy about AI is, you know, we had a breakthrough like, you know, years ago, and then we had a breakthrough like last year, and now we have a insane breakthrough in AI every single week. Every single week, AI is doing something crazier and crazier. And I think it currently still needs like human input.
Yeah.
We
don't have
we-
AGI.
We have what is that?
Artificial General Intelligence. All the AI we have is task-specific AI. And you can break that all the way down to something as simple as like a calculator is a form of AI. But artificial general intelligence is sort of the gold standard. That's kind of like the Pandora's box of AI. That's where the debates around whether or not we're going to be able to contain it, control it, or whether it's going to, you know, there's all these questions like, will it understand that we want to survive? For example, you say, you give this omnipotent AI a command like, make it so that our electronics last longer. And the AI is like, okay, no problem. Number one enemy of electronics is corrosion. So I'm just going to eliminate all the hydrogen in the atmosphere. in the snap of a finger and boom, and then all of a sudden we cease to exist. It's like a super extreme example, but it's the type of thinking that we're not sure if it's going to have because it doesn't have like a, you know, a body and a brain.
Yeah.
We don't realize that the way we think is based a lot around the way we operate as organisms.
Yeah, like what you think is right, the person down the street might think the entirely opposite thing on that. And imagine that person down the street was an AGI that controlled the atmosphere.
And there's also the weird thing where it's like, oh, we can program this computer that could, you know, launch a fucking nuke, but we can't make it walk naturally. Like, there's still no robots that walk naturally because of how weird walking is. The way humans walk is we don't, when you look at a robot walks, it lifts its leg and it walks really deliberately. But the way humans walk is we let ourselves fall and then we catch it with each foot.
Yeah.
But we're doing it like
we have
very
like
quick.
springs. We literally have like springs, like bouncing elastics in our heels that are helping us move. Otherwise, it would be all leg.
You guys gotta be tripping on the on like how recognizable a walk is. You don't know it until you see someone you know from afar.
Yeah,
like, you know, have you ever seen like police release videos? It's just someone walking. You're like, bro, what do you think?
And everyone's calling. I'm like, God, it's been
like, I know who it is. Like, I know
they're like, I know who that is. That's fucking that's Darnell Dollar Store.
On the topic, actually, also of the AI, Amir just got ChatGPT, and the first thing he did was like, what's the best gun in the world? And he told me the answer, and I thought it was really funny. The thing was like, he just said that. The thing was, the AI was like, firstly, ChatGPT does not support violence or condone anything of that sort. That's not what this is for. That's not what AI is used for. So we don't do that. We offer an informed of something like that. And it's like, having said that, it depends on what the circumstances are or what you're looking for. Here, what's your but, and it gave like this detailed response. And I was like, that's really funny, because the AI was basically like, well, first of all, I would never use all this info to like do anything violent. Like, I'm not a violent thing. Okay. Having said that, I know everything about violence. I know everything that's ever been known about violence. I was, anyways, all this AI talk to say that Corridor had used AI to animate their video. I didn't see.
Corridor Digital is a channel. We highly recommend it.
Huge, major friends of the show. Yeah, I play
great content.
Friends of the pod.
Yeah, so they used AI to animate it, and it's fucking beautiful and crazy, and it's just insane how expensive and the amount of man hours that would take. And I understand why some people are really against it, but like, we know how this is. Like, we know how it is with Ubers and taxis and streaming services. Like, we know how it is. Like, that's just what innovation looks like, and this is supposed to be a tool. And I don't see it any other way than this helping us. But what I want is I want things like AI
to make you rich.
No,
sorry. Okay.
To make people's lives easier, not to make rich people richer. So I have a friend. I have a friend that works at a company, and they do like photo touch-ups and stuff, and they make like 30 cents. 30 cents. The company pays 30 cents each photo to touch up a photo. And apparently there's like AI shit coming out, but it still needs a little human input. And his boss was like, find this software by the end of the month where we can do this for 10 cents a photo instead of 30 cents, or you're fired. He actually said that to him. And anyways, that led to a whole different conversation. But having said that, I don't like that aspect of it. Like, oh, your job can be done cheaper now or worse in a way. You know what I mean? I think it's like useful. Like my buddy, another friend. I got friends, bro.
Bro, you have a lot of friends.
I do. I got friends and I got family. I'm a
Stop
friends. I'm my
bragging so
family.
much to everyone on the podcast.
And they're all girls too.
Sure.
With like, they're just beautiful girls. With
Yeah, they're all
huge
e-girls.
dicks.
They're all e-girls with cat ears
Yeah, and dicks
and
bigger
huge
than mine.
dicks. Yeah.
Yeah,
Good.
and so they
Introduce us to some of your friends.
what are we talking about? I'm all
It doesn't
caught up
matter.
in my
We're on
brain.
to this
I think,
now.
I'm
We're on
on
to
something
this
else
now.
now, bro.
Yeah,
I'm on
yeah.
something else, I think. I'm thinking what I'm thinking.
I'm
Whatever,
chubbing up
whatever.
over here.
Yeah.
My pants just got shorter.
Do you think? Do you think
I was
that-
gonna swerve somewhere really far. You go ahead.
Oh,
No, you-
even further than where we are right
I'd like-
now?
I'd like to know.
We
where
went
you're
from
gonna swerve.
anime to AI to e-girls with big dicks. Okay.
Oh yeah, the
Good.
quarter video. Let me just say is sick. Let me wrap that up. It's fucking
Okay,
sick.
wrap it.
AI
Put a
is
button
scary. I love it. The world's ending anyways. I'm kind of hoping that AI is gonna figure this shit out for us. I'm kind of hoping that like us doing our homework the night before, not giving a fuck about global warming or anything. The planet's going to shit. It's all gonna go to hell, and we're gonna be like, you know what, bro? We're humans. We get lucky with this shit. We shouldn't be here. We're still here. AI, what do we do about all this going on? And it's got the answer for us, and we execute on that. I'm hoping we come in at the buzzer and save this shit, and then we can have that beautiful Star Trek future. But I think this AI could get us there if we handle it correctly. And that's coming from an artist, bro. We still got to innovate. You just got to innovate your art. You got to do things the robots can't do.
Shit, man.
We're gonna get sick of content though. AI is gonna make us sick of content. You're gonna get exactly what you want. In
Yeah.
like 15 years, it can give you could literally sit down and be like, show me like Star Wars, but everyone's Tom Cruise and they're wearing Iron Man suits and it takes place in the 70s and it's animated. No, not animated, it's 3D animated.
This
Like,
is
it's like
very
CG. Make it look like Reboot. And then you'll press play and it's going to give you that. And it's going to look like Tom Cruise and sound like Tom Cruise. And they're going to be in Iron Man suits. And it's going to be in the 70s. And it's going to be, Reboot animated, whatever. Or it'll be real life. Like, that's where we're going. In 2 decades, it'll be doing shit like that. That's how fast these breakthroughs are happening. Probably less than that. I'm giving it too much time.
Do you?
And then we'll get
by
sick
that-
of AI. We'll get sick of
This is
content.
like a Rick and Morty
Yeah.
episode.
But do you think by that time they'll stop cooking roaches into the chicken?
I think we'll be doing it.
Are
on
you talking
purpose by
about
then.
the Slim Chickens branch in Pensacola, Florida right
No,
now,
but like,
bro?
do you think AI can figure that part of it
Are you
out for
talking
us?
about this
Because-
woman who found a cockroach in her husband's chicken tender at a Slim Chickens branch in Pensacola, Florida? Said she had to
Wow.
battle the manager to get a refund. My husband
think AI
put a
can
piece
solve
of
this?
his chicken down that he started to eat. The cockroach cooked into the side of the chicken. That's what she said to the manager. Exact quote, by the way.
Do you think AI can solve this problem for us, or is it?
Bro, I think AI is going to be making the chicken fingers out of cockroaches for us.
Oh,
That's
have to
that's
figure
more the
out-
direction we're heading.
We
That's not
literally
even
got
a
to.
joke. Fuck.
We actually have to ask AI, how do we eat and drink plastic?
by the way, we already do that. Just
Yeah, I
Oh,
know, but
that's
how
what he
how can we do it?
FYI,
No, how can
we're
we do it and that will be our energy source?
how quickly do you get over this cockroach in your chicken though? For real, because this to me is my living nightmare, and I know that I'd rather not see a kitchen when I'm getting.
But he didn't eat. Did he eat the cockroach?
You'd rather what? Not
He
see?
took a bit of the.
Well, he bit the
took a-
chicken, but not the cockroach.
Okay.
That's a huge difference. Huge difference.
No, because the cockroach
I
is
don't
in
know.
the bucket, bro.
No.
Yeah,
It's a
it's
huge.
all mixing
but-
together.
Sure, but it's a huge difference.
I think it's
They're both like, let's say they're both
Here's
10
the
out of
difference
10
because
bad. They're both
here's
10
the
out of 10
difference because
bad.
you eat the cockroach, you don't even know it's gone, it's down, you finish.
No,
Actually,
you bite it
have
and
no
like,
idea.
well, yeah. If you don't know, then you don't know.
Look where this cockroach is. Just so you guys know, it's on the side top of this chicken piece here.
It's fully there. It is like fully.
It's fully. It's like
And
it
like
looks it looks
cockroaches, bro. This motherfucker's still breathing.
bro. Yeah, if you had like a
He's
Jurassic
like
Park,
cooked into the side of it alive.
if you
I
had like a
hate it.
Jurassic
I hate
Park
it.
movie, and you had your little, his little bug he had in his amber thing. You know what I'm talking
It was
about?
a mosquito.
The mosquito.
That'd be you.
Yeah,
Like this would be you. You'd have like your cockroach chilling in your chicken scepter that you'd have walking around with that thing.
Sauce Boss 2013.
The craziest part about this entire cockroach in the chicken story is the manager's response was alarming. It means that a lot of cockroach has been going down here. Like he was like, basically they were like, they said they were being respectful. They kind of went up quiet. I'm like, hey, by the way, there's a cockroach in my chicken here. We're trying to have a nice anniversary dinner. And he's like,
It happens.
okay, it happens. Like that is a wild ass way to respond to someone having cockroach cooked into your fucking chicken. Like this is
Honestly, that's not a wild response in Florida, though.
Wow.
Florida, it's true. When you're in Florida, I agree, and I happen to.
It's like
Florida.
island time.
I like Florida. Florida's Martian time.
Yeah.
Like Florida's
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
Anything that goes down in Florida, like I'm like, you knew what this was when you went
Like if
there.
you had to assign a drug to each U.S. state, what would the drug for Florida be?
I don't do drugs.
Like
it would
it's
be
like
PT 141.
Yeah, exactly. It's like it's bath salts or it's something. It's like Paco or something.
Hey man, I fuck with Florida, man. I like playing.
I
golf
love
down there.
Florida. I love Florida, but I also love that it's like.
I did a lot of Florida and I'm done. I quit Florida.
I said PT 141 because I was just watching an insane video where these guys took PT 141, which is also known as bremelanotide, an innovative new, always weird,
It's always
new
gonna be innovative. Yeah.
peptide hormone treatment that works for both men and women to improve sexual function. Not only does it like increase.
Can we say that we're not
the blood
promoting
flow?
this?
We're not. I would
Okay.
never do this. Not only does
I
it,
don't do drugs.
not only does it make you hard like Viagra would, but it makes you want to have sex.
Why can't people just chill, man?
Well,
I
no, this
don't
is meant
know.
to improve. It's meant to improve like an arousal disorder for people, but obviously, some
Like
people
what
will
percentage of
abuse
the
it.
population? You think? Yeah, I was gonna say like what percentage of the population are using it as prescribed, and how many people are using it because they think it's chill? Probably like 1% to 99%.
Yes.
We're talking here.
I want to talk about something really crazy.
A new flavor of Oreo.
I want to paint a little picture for the audience because this is how I got here. And whatever picture I'm going to paint is not even going to be like, it's not even going to be adequate. But I need to share it because this is actually like, this is just so crazy. I want to talk.
You're so
a little
hyped
bit
on
about-
this right now.
I want to talk a little bit about Dr. Huge Lynch.
Oh, dude, this has been.
Let me catch everyone up.
I just
got
got on this tonight. You just gave me
Yeah,
this
I did.
an hour ago.
In case I felt inspired and I wanted to share this, just because like I've seen some crazy shit on YouTube. I've seen some things that I'm like, oh, I didn't know that. The other day I sent to Lynch like people eating cornstarch. People eat cornstarch on YouTube, and I didn't know that was a thing. And I went down that whole hole, and that was kind of nice because like I was kind of like, Trend Twins, they're good, but the content, you need more content. So then I was watching people eat cornstarch, and then Lynch got me, which I had heard whispers of that, but I'm surprised that a lot more people aren't talking about it. But there's this weird thing going on with this channel right now. It's just a lot is happening, and not a lot. And this is interesting because I was talking about this with Lynch the other day. I said, me and Lynch watch a lot of YouTube, and it is a guilty pleasure how deep we go into shit. And then I will show that same shit to Donnie Duckets, and he's like, fucking kill me, please. Turn this shit off so I cannot give it a view. And then I'm showing him, he's like, bro, can we go thumbs these down if you're going to make me watch these? Like, he's not like Lynch and I when it comes to this stuff. And I said to Lynch, I would assume that half of you guys, the audience listening right now, are not about this. Except I think this is quite fascinating enough for everyone to maybe be into it. But there's this guy, Connor Murphy. He was a huge YouTuber. He got a million subscribers really fast, doing pranks. Pranks were like he would go up to girls like 5 years ago and be like, I'm a nerd. You would never date me. And they're like, no, I wouldn't. And then he takes his shirt off and he's like mad ripped. Very, very like perfect, sexy body. Like an exact body, a lot of guys would be like, that's the exact
good
thing I want.
good
And a lot
six
of
packs,
girls,
like very good.
huge built. It looked great. He looked great at the time.
Yeah.
Then there's this guy, whole other guy, Dr. Tony Huge. I don't know him. Lynch, you've heard of him before?
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely like, I've heard of him. I haven't.
He's like a biohacking YouTube channel.
Yeah, exactly.
So an example, like I was kind of watching him and he was talking to some dude and I don't know everybody. He was like, yeah, like the guy was like, I'm on the calcium blockers. And he's like, well, then you got to take this because you get your H1Z1 up. And he's like, yeah. And he was like, I'm taking clenbuterol. And then I got to take this for my heart because what the Clen does to my heart. And then he was like, and I haven't been getting a lot of calories lately, so I'm taking Syntha 6, which at that point I was like, wait, you didn't get enough calories and you're taking Syntha. Why don't you eat? What do you mean you're taking? You don't take anything. You eat something. And he's in Thailand. And I'm like, eating something is probably going to be delicious and $2.50. What are you doing? Don't take Syntha 6. But anyways, the guys, biohackers. I'm not really big in the biohacking community. I don't know what's going on. But it's fascinating in its own way, on its own. It's fascinating. This gets kind of dark, by the way, everyone listening. This is like where this going is a dark place.
Yeah.
So that guy, somehow, I don't know him, but he's got this channel where he does stuff. And obviously, you know, he's open about taking his steroids, and then he's got gyno, and he's got a gyno operation, and he's in Thailand, and he's got these two Thai girlfriends, Cat and Puppy, and it's like a whole ass scene, and he was filming with this guy, Leo and Longevity, and somehow Connor ended up there in Thailand.
There's a lot going on, and I want to. We have not done the deep research on Tony Huge. Great name though, Tony Huge.
Doctor Huge, Dr. Tony Huge.
Like, I don't think he's a doctor either. By the way,
if I'm putting together like a YouTube fitness cinematic universe, like Dr. Huge is the Trend Twins' dad. It's like Dr. Huge gives birth to the Trend Twins.
Yeah.
So I want to be clear.
Exactly.
My consumption of this content,
Lean Beef Patty is his wife.
Our consumption of this content really came from like we don't have all the history. Like I only came to it because I'd heard rumblings of Dr. Huge through some like, you know, fitness stuff. And I'm looking here. It looks like he's been into some sketchy supplement situations back in 2018. But
2023 he has, bro. I'll tell you, I've seen it myself.
I only came to it because
fun hasn't stopped.
And this isn't a laughing matter, but I've seen this. I saw this podcast a couple times with Derek from More Plates, More Dates, and it had this guy Leo and Longevity on it. I listened to like a few conversations where they go into just like, you know, like biohacking and supplements and, you know, different things like that. And he recently passed away living with Tony Huge. And yes. I saw that. I was like, oh, it's really odd. And it was a pretty crazy story. I don't know how it got a lot of coverage in like the bodybuilding community and the like conversation there. It didn't like break into the wider conversation, I think, on like YouTube, I guess is where I would say like primarily we're
that's
this, but
that's a big thing. I want to enunciate that again for the audience. So those two guys, Connor and Dr. Huge together, and this guy, Leo and Longevity, was living with them, apparently. And Dr. Huge found him dead in his in the bathroom of his bedroom, allegedly. Super fucked up.
In the ensuite.
Super fucked up, yes, in the ensuite. And he... Like, that's just the whole thing. And I mean, I'll be transparent to everyone listening. Like, I'm just being open with my thoughts on it right now because it's uploaded and it exists. And I just want to preface it, you know, and I do mean it, but it is such a trope that I literally say I don't want to do this ever, but like I do think it's appropriate here. I really don't mean to offend anyone's privacy or anything with this, and I know you know, he must have audience members that are mourning for him or people that know him in real life that are mourning for him. Super sad. But so I just want to talk on it just kind of loosely, not from any place of knowing jack shit, but just from someone who's witnessing this online.
No, we're talking about the content that came after this. This is how we got to the content. This is how I saw
exactly
what he was doing with his channel. And that's where Connor came into it. And this is what piqued my interest, because Connor is someone that we know from the past. His content was like, basically like everywhere, like Harley explained. And that's how we get to these videos. And these videos, honestly, are some of the craziest fucking videos I've been seeing on YouTube.
It is like you said it when you messaged to me. It is currently the most unhinged content on YouTube. It is Connor and Dr. Huge. They did one video, Ladyboy or Real Girl, and they were out and they're going up to girls and ladyboys and like touching them and sniffing them. And listen, maybe I'm ignorant. I've never been to Thailand. Yeah, if I'm there, absolutely. I also want to sniff and touch ladyboys. Professionally or consensual. What's going on in this video? They're just on the street, like filming them and like touching and smelling and like asking them silly questions. And the ladyboy is just like, dudes, I'd rather fucking blow you both than be in this video for another second. What is going on here?
But
it's really cringy. It's like really cringy.
It's just so different from how I would spend my time there. Like,
dude,
or how I would
it's assault.
Exact same scenario. If I was in the exact same scenario, it's just different what I would say to these ladyboys. And I do have to point this out as a pet peeve of mine. I hate when someone, and they do this all the time in the videos, I hate when someone speaks to someone in another country they do like a caveman cadence.
Yeah.
Like they were at a firing range and I watched 1,000 of these videos. They're at a firing range. And all these videos, by the way, just a reminder, all of these videos are released days after his close friend is found dead in his home.
In his own home.
In his home, under his roof, in one of his rooms, he found his friend dead and uploaded
his reaction video
he uploaded a video the next day. He uploaded a video. We'll get to that and hold on that for a second. Because there's literally, I've never seen something where there's so much to get into. I'm literally trying to sum up fucking 10 years of Marvel Cinematic Universe for you guys as best as I can. And I don't know how you guys are receiving this, audience, but like I'm just like,
I don't know if we're convinced. I think we're like caught up.
If you guys watch these things a little bit and then came back, maybe this hits harder. Maybe you're grasping it. Maybe you understand. But so they're out there sniffing ladyboys, making content with them. They found their friend dead in the house the day before, a couple days before, it's trippy. The whole thing is trippy. It's strange. They had a video where they're like, we're being followed because someone was apparently following them, which, I mean, they might be under investigation right now. I have no idea, guys. Like I said, I'm saying all this as an ignorant person. But in one of the videos, they went to a firing range and they spoke in like a caveman cadence. And I guess he was like making a joke like, oh, and he was like, how shoot if zombie far? Or how shoot if zombie close? And she had like a thick Thai accent, and she was like, if you shoot when the zombie's close, you shoot it like that.
No, she was he was like, how I kill zombie when close? And she was like, you're probably gonna want a shotgun for that. That would be the best choice. But she said it with a Thai accent, but perfectly articulated, perfect grammar.
And like you said when we watched this, Donnie said this, it's like you try and speak like a caveman, and Donnie was like, she knows the word is, bro.
Yeah.
Like she knows the word is. You drop the word is from the sentence for her, whatever. It's anyways,
no, but right. They're sniffing these women, they're touching them weird, they're talking like cavemen, they're interviewing women
like
for their
Tarzan.
harem. Like, you know, like he has like 2 girlfriends and he's interviewing for a new one, and just like the conversation is just so, just makes your skin crawl.
Yeah, he's got
like
he's got
so
he's
wild.
got 2 girls, puppy and cat, and they were trying to
cat lady.
Yeah, and he was trying to he's like hiring or like finding a new one. He was interviewing this girl. And he's talking, he's like, and she's right there. And he's like, yeah, look at her. I mean, she could lose 5 pounds of fat, put on 3 pounds of muscle, slap some tits on her. She's got that wide Asian face that I like. Yeah, we could make this work. And it's just like she's there, and it's just like, it's just, I just never watched anything like this. And this is like important, like how they are, Connor and Dr. Huge, how they are is very different from how I am or how I would be or how I would converse. And so it just comes off as like crazy to me, because I'm like, oh, I would not do it like this. And that's important, because
I would hope not.
if I found one of you guys dead in my house,
Yes.
I mean, unless it's okay, I'm asking you right now. I'm sure you'll be okay with it because I'm asking. But I would never ask, but like, you know, just because. Anyways, I'm getting sidetracked.
Closest.
If you died in my house, and I found your dead body, I wouldn't be at the shooting range with ladyboys 2 days later and uploading it to YouTube.
No.
I wouldn't do that. Now, I watched him talk about this. He was like, I found the body on Monday, which was yesterday, spoke to the cops, and he was in his room for 30 hours. I thought he was sleeping, or I thought he went on vacation. I opened up the bathroom door, and it looked like there were like tools in the toilet, like he was trying to go in the toilet. Like maybe he had some manic episode. I don't know. You know, he's taking a lot. He's like saying all this.
Super cold and detached the whole time.
Exactly. Now, my first reaction, I'm not saying this is the right reaction, is like, I'm like, this guy kill this person? Did this guy kill him? Look at, and I'm like watching like that, but here's the thing. This guy does everything different from how I would. So yeah, I wouldn't film if I found one of you guys dead. I wouldn't respond like this, and I would probably be fucking a lot sadder. But this is a different person. People handle things differently. I know nothing at all, so I'm not like that. But yeah, my first gut thought is, I'm like, oh my God, did this guy kill him? But I watch a lot of murder docs and shit, so I'm like, oh my God, look, I'm looking at what I learned from YouTube body language interrogation. I'm like, why is he looking at her? And what he's doing with his fingers. He's looking at this. This guy killed his friend? Oh my God, why did he kill his friend? And I'm like thinking like, I'm like, but then again, I don't know anything. I'm getting caught up. That's not how I should be looking at this. But that said or not, my friend's dead. I find it interesting to be never missing a fucking upload day. Like,
no,
not missing an upload day.
Thinking about your content strategy, like you're sitting around being like, "What's the best video I can make right now?"
The fact
Harley the next Tuesday is like, "Oh, bro, we're fucking cooking a toaster in the bathtub."
Yeah, Lynch is dead though.
Exactly.
Yeah, too bad.
Yeah, I've said that to Amir before. I was like, bro, we'll do something crazy. I'm like, bro, if you fucking die in this kitchen, like you know, I'm leveraging that shit for PR, bro. You know, I'm leveraging that for. But it's super sad what happened to Leo. I don't know the guy. I've only heard great things, what people write about him and say about him. So having said that, I'm watching this guy's content, and it's already crazy. Being like, we'll slap some tits on this girl, make her lose 5 pounds, and also his good friend just died. Yeah. And also, why is Connor Murphy here?
What is going on?
What's going on? What is going on? And the drugs that they're talking, this guy was like, we're going out. Connor was like, I'm not attracted to women. So this is how all this started, was Connor was like, I'm not attracted to women. So I'm taking PT 141. We'll see how it goes. And he was like, Dr. Huge was like PT-141, which will make you horny and increase your libido. It is going to make you want to fuck girls.
Oh my God.
And they're like, and by the way, I can't think of anything better than if you wanted like a sweet, like, bro, you know I'm straight alibi, is going to Thailand, slamming mad lady boys and coming home and be like, bro, PT-140, don't touch that shit. Had me doing crazy stuff. But really, you don't even have to do it. They just gave you a medical grade excuse for why you got sucked off by a dozen lady boys in one day. You'd be like, bro, that PT-141, bro, had me tripping, bro. You know I'm straight, right, dog? PT-141, dude, you fucked up shit. Anyways, this guy, he's like, yeah, I'm gonna take PT-141. Dr. Huge was like, if you take it, if we inject it, we could use less, but we're gonna do it in your nose, so he's better.
Actually taking Clen. He's like, oh, talking about clenbuterol. He's like, oh, I took a little Clen. This. I'm like, what?
That's like shit for horses that makes your heart beat super, super fast. So like even in the middle of your sleep, you'll wake up in a pool of sweat, having your body will have thought you ran a marathon. So like you just drop weight like crazy.
That sounds like literally shortening your life. That's like
you do.
That's like that's like click, like Adam Sandler.
For every heartbeat, like the extra that you're getting there is one off the back end.
If
like it's
sure.
like you're losing double there.
1,000%.
Worth it though, I bet. No, I'm joking.
It is in Thailand.
So I'd never seen this before. He took PT-141, whatever it was. He put it in a syringe, a needle. And I've never seen this move. I've been around some drugs. I'm not gonna lie. I've never seen this move. He put a syringe in his nose and snorted a syringe. I was like, this is the most drug. This is the most, like, if you wanted to, like, this is the most drug thing ever.
This is the KFC
snorting.
Double down. This is the KFC double down of doing drugs, is to load up a syringe, stick it up your nose, and like snort ject it.
He snort-jected. It was fucking crazy.
He snort-jected it with a lighter underneath it.
He snort-jected PT-141, and then he went back to the other guy, and he was like, I gave him a little bit. I'm going to do a little bit because this shit makes you get nauseous before it starts to get good. Like you get sick, and if you take too much, you could be too sick and be like, I don't want that anymore. So we're only taking a little bit. And there was a third guy there. I don't know who the third guy is. And I just thought this moment was really funny because he was there, and he's like, yeah, you're probably wondering why I'm not taking PT-141. And I'm like, no, bro. In my head, I'm like, I'm not wondering that, bro. You're chill.
You're like
me too. If I was on Dr. Huge's couch, just me, Dr. Huge, and Connor Murphy in the house, I don't want to take the horny drug either. I don't want to know what shit I'll get into. I ain't about that. So, no, I don't want to take PT-141. So I get it. And he was like, yeah, I didn't do it. And I'm like, cool, bro, good for you. And he was like, and I might get this name wrong, but he was like, I prefer Tanolon. And I was like, what's that? And he was like, it does the same thing. You get nauseous and you get horny, but you also get a tan. And I was like, that sounds like the fucking worst thing I've ever heard. You've made this weird shit so much worse. So you're gonna get like a fucking gas station boner pill, headache, and then boner. You're gonna get that injected into your nose and have a tan. This is fucking crazy. This is a drug that will literally turn you into the situation from Jersey Shore. You're going to fucking snort this injection, be rock hard and tan, like it's fucking t-shirt time right now.
Yeah. It's like, turn into the medical situation.
They also are showing, they're also like comparing their abs all the time and asking people to,
I hate that part of the content. That's like if me like going into boxing, doing like a boxing documentary and like having like a tray of bacon and being like, I still do this though. Like, he doesn't need to take his abs out. Like, I know that's what his content popped on, but like, we're good now. We're kind of not here about the abs. It's what's going on up here that we're kind of
one thing for the audience to understand is that like the reason why we're going deep into this, because like this is just the beginning of our journey right now. I feel like I still have a lot more. We both have a lot more to get into.
And it's happening
really catching it early. It's happening right now.
This guy's probably, Dr. Huge is sitting naked at a laptop right now, Dr. Tony Huge, doctor in quotations, just like Connor also is a doctor in quotations. He got that honorary spiritual doctor degree, literally got a gown and a cap and a paper, and was like, I could be a spiritual doctor. So Dr. Huge is sitting at a computer right now editing the next video.
Yeah.
In the house that his friend was found dead in a month ago. And he hasn't really missed an upload date since. And people, I'll tell you something, people cope with shit very differently. I don't know anything. I don't know anything about this guy. I don't know anything about these people. I'm only just saying, and I'm not saying it in any accusatory way. I'm just saying, man, I would handle this shit so fucking differently if this happened to me.
Dude.
My life would be so different that I would not be like being like a day in the life of Dr. Huge, like filming myself naked, taking all these peptides and shit with my Thai harem there. And then going to fucking the firing range with lady boys. Man, the more I talk about this guy's life, you can't say shit to him. If you thought he was the weirdest, trippiest guy and you thought everything he was doing was not what you would like, what you were about, you can't say shit to him. This guy, I'm watching him. He's like bench pressing lady boys and like shooting guns and then like not even stopping to eat. He's taking drugs instead. Like, it's like biohacking, bro.
Trips.
This guy's like such a trip.
You know, biohack? You do like Andrew Huberman stuff, right? That's about it. Like,
that's what I was explaining what biohacking was, and I was like, it's like taking a cold shower, but if that cold shower was in a pill form. That's the dark side of biohacking.
Yeah. It's like
take this pill and you're gonna be clean. That's like weird.
That's like pharma hacking.
Yeah, it's like using pharmacology to like apparently make you. I think this guy had a heart attack too. I'm pretty sure he has like heart surgery. He was a scammer. I got to dig a bit deeper personally. I got to get a bit more into the.
Allegedly,
I think
bro.
We've gone as deep as we can go for the people that probably have no idea what the fuck we're talking about.
I know that's a lot for you guys listening, but it's just a fascinating thing, and like, I mean, it's just crazy. You guys are beautiful. Thank you so much for listening to the Binge Eater podcast. Super important you share this stuff. I actually don't check the numbers, but I got a feeling they're not that good. So tell people, tell people you like it, bro. You better force this. There's like billions of podcasts out there, so I don't know how you're gonna do it. Because if you're like, yo, I got a podcast for you, someone's like, oh, I'm good. I have 18, and I'm only listening to 15 of them. But I think this is one of the best. Maybe it's
show it to your mommy and to your daddy.
Yeah. Anyways, you guys, trust no one except us. You're all beauties. Thank you for listening. Shout out to Lynch and Donnie Duckets for holding it down. And leave us comments on the subreddit Epic Mealtime, youtube.com/Epic Mealtime also on the video. Okay, peace.